What's a good word, everyone? I'm Kenny Varner, the owner of SportsBooks.com. We are going to look, as we progress through our college football preview, we are looking at the Alabama Crimson Tide. And could it be that we expand to a 12-game playoffs and Alabama's not there? Well, let's take a look. Let's see how it breaks down. You got the highest ranked uh, champions of a team. That's 5 spots taken away. Let's say they don't win the SEC. That means you got the SEC, Big Ten, ACC, Big 12 champions, probably the highest ranked. There's 4, and then one from, for lack of a better term, non-power 4, I guess you would say, conference. That's 5 teams. Still got 7 spots up. Can Alabama nab one of those spots? Uh, let's take a look. All right, what do we got? We got 40 players who left the program. Now, I shouldn't probably say it like that, but it's between the NFL and transferring out. Bama's 40 players down. New coach Kalen DeBoer from Washington. I really liked him at Washington. I wonder, this is about all the question marks. I wonder if he's going to be a good fit at Alabama with all the expectations every single year. 3 losses being a bad year. Milroe is back at quarterback, which is a really good fit for DeBoer. So I think he could actually take a step up. Maybe not make mistakes. Coach Saban, reeled him in. So we'll see. The offensive line, with all these people opting out and coming back and forth, is not a guarantee. It's not like Georgia with 4 returning starters. I know Alabama's always had the talent level. I expect a half a step back. Their NFL pass rushers are gone. So this team, who was just good on defense, not this unbelievable team that they used to be, is now gone. Now let's look at their schedule. I mean, I have question marks about exactly how talented this team is. They do miss Texas. They do miss Mississippi. There's 2 teams that are preseason top 6. I think that could be help them into the playoffs. Their under 9.5 win total is juiced to the under. So books are expecting them to lose at least 3 games. So as we look at their first 3, Western Kentucky, South Florida, at Wisconsin. Wisconsin, where the flying the ointment there. It's at Wisconsin, so across the country. Not a great travel spot. Western Kentucky and South Florida, 2-0. Then at Whiskey. Could be a tricky spot with their new coach and seeing how things progress. They get a week off, 2 weeks to prepare for the Dogs. Now, they both had 2 weeks to prepare for each other. I think the Dogs are cut above Alabama. I don't like using revenge very often, but Alabama is the team that eliminated Georgia. Georgia goes undefeated the whole year, loses the title game, and is not considered the top 4 teams. Okay. And I understand how it broke down, why they could say that. Just can't understand why they would put Florida State, pretend like they're number 5 and just missed out and put them ranked at Georgia, but that's a different story. So that's a tough one. At Vandy, at Vandy, terrible. South Carolina comes in, shouldn't be a problem. And then a couple of toughies. At Tennessee and home for Missouri. Now, Missouri's a wild card to me because I don't like the teams that have stepped up so much and expect them to do it again. But with their schedule, which is very lacking, I could see a confident Missouri team coming into Alabama. Going at Tennessee, these teams that are ranked 13, 14, 15, they could either, have a brain fart and just go down or go up. So it looks tough to me because then they're off and then they're at LSU. That'll be a great nighttime game probably. Then they come home from Mercer, which is a sandwich spot, but it's Mercer, a team that's not good in the FCS level. So I don't worry about that because not going to bet that type of game. Then they go to Oklahoma, who is one of those teeter-totter teams that we'll talk about. And then they come home for Auburn, a team that is lined at 7.5 wins, just like Oklahoma. We'll see how good they really are, but that's the thing with Bama. With the question, I'm not used to coming into a season with Bama not being Bama. And then the question marks at coach, I could definitely see this kind of team missing out on the playoffs to, but I'd have to look deeper into the 11-12. I mean, you got four conference champions, and you got a team that's going to be ranked below Alabama making it with the fifth conference champion. Then there's six in there, the Oregons of the world, Michigan. Even though I'm down on Michigan, but more than I am Alabama. Those teams that could have one loss or be close to undefeated that are not conference champions, could that knock Alabama out? I think when it's all said and done, Alabama will sneak their way into the playoffs, but I think it's an actual legitimate question whether Alabama, three losses, there's plenty to choose from: Georgia, Tennessee, Missouri, LSU, Oklahoma, even Auburn in a rival game. If Auburn steps up this year, not sure. So three losses making the top 12. Well, history hasn't shown us anything because this is the first year. So we'll see how it all plays out. But I look for Bama to sneak into the playoffs, but I'm really leery on the Alabama Crimson Tide this year. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Like and subscribe at YouTube, and we'll see you in the next video. And let's make money.